Hi there, I'm Matt. I'm from Freely Fruity. Today we're going to be looking at growing food from scraps that we can find in our home. Now there are several that you can pick from, but today I'm going to be focusing on 3 of those. Now the first one we're going to be looking at is spring onions, green onions, and you can in fact create a harvest of never-ending green spring onions right in your very own home. The second one we're going to be looking at is peppers. And we're going to be showing you how you can grow peppers from the seeds that are contained within your average pepper. And finally, I'm going to show you 2 different methods that you can use to grow tomato plants from the humble tomato. Okay, so our first vegetable then. We're going to be looking at spring onions. Now these are incredibly easy to do. You take your spring onion, you need to make sure that you have a rootstock at the bottom there. This will obviously be the mechanism for taking up the water. Now, the only real important point here is that you leave enough of the spring onion to give it a chance to regenerate. So I'd say somewhere between 2 and 3 inches. I'm going to go for 3 inches just to make certain. You take a pair of scissors, they're roughly here, and you trim with the scissors. This will leave you a section of spring onion that now has a rootstock and it still has part of the leaves to grow. Once you've done that, you just pop it straight into a glass or a jar of water, let it sit in there, and over the next couple of days you'll notice the root will start to grow. Now if you wanted to, you could just leave it like this and you could harvest. You'll notice that the green shoots will come up through the middle and they will keep growing up, and you can just keep trimming those as long as you don't drop below the 2 or 3 inches. You can just get an endless supply of green onions. Now the only problem is if you do not transfer these from the water into compost or into soil, they will eventually run out of nutrients and then they'll start to become weak and they won't reproduce as quickly as you might like. So eventually you will need to get these into soil. So next up we're going to take a look at our friend the red pepper. Now this one is a little bit past its best, but it'll be perfect for what we want to do here today. So we're going to take a sharp knife and we're literally going to just cut this in half. Break it open. Now, as you can see inside, we have all of these lovely seeds which we have in here. Now it's simply just a case of carefully prying out these seeds, and you can do that with your knife or a spoon. Okay. Once you've done that, you should end up with some fabulous seeds. Now, you don't want to be storing these straight away. If you do that, they will develop mildew and they will rot. You need to give these guys a chance to dry out. Now, you could really, you actually could put these straight into soil if you wanted to, and some of them will germinate. Your results will be mixed though, and you won't get very many. Now, what I would suggest doing, give them a bit of a wash, dry them out on a piece of kitchen towel, and what you want to do then is leave them in a sunny, dry spot, and they will bake out and dry nicely. So our final fruit that we're going to be looking at today is the tomato. Now there are various different ways you can do this, achieve a mix of different results. Now I'm going to show you the very simplest way you can do this. So you take your tomato, and what you want to do is cut it into a slice, like so. You will notice that within there are lots and lots of different seeds. Now you can place this directly into a pot of compost, place it in, okay, and then you want to cover that over with some more compost, keep it moist, and eventually you will get several tomatoes germinating from this tomato slice. Now the results from that are a little bit mixed. If you actually want to be a bit more scientific about it and make sure you get a better yield, what you do in fact want to do instead is you want to take the tomato and you want to take a spoon and you want to scrape out the seeds that are within the tomato itself. I shall show you how to do that now. So here we have the tomato. I've got my trusty spoon. what I'm going to be doing is just going to be hollowing out any of the seeds which are in here. And what you want to do with these seeds is you want to put them straight into a jar of water. And you want to go on as many as you can. Until you've harvested all the seeds. Obviously I'll stop there for time purposes. Now once you have these, you will have the tomato seeds will be sitting in this water. Now the key to the success here is you need to leave these alone for 2 days. And the reason you want to do that is you need this to ferment. You need the outer coating which is protecting these seeds inside the tomato to detach from those seeds, so that when we go to strain the seeds out, that will come off and you'll be left with the beautiful little tomato seeds. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. As you can see, really easy to grow food from scraps that you find at home. Please keep an eye out for the next video that we will release, and if you'd like to follow us, please go to Fruity Fruity UK on social media. Thank you.